When my golden retriever, Milo, got hit by a car, I thought my whole world had just collapsed. He was my only family after a tough divorce, and as I sped to the nearest animal clinic, I could barely see the road through my tears. The woman who met me at the doorcombe, collected and unbelievably beautiful, changed everything. "Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Quinn," she said, her voice soft but steady. "We'll take care of him, I promise." Something in the way she said it, the confidence in her eyes, made me believe her. She didn't look at me with pity, which was what I expected. Instead, she looked at me like she understood exactly how much I loved that dog, how much he meant to me. She disappeared through the swinging doors with Milo on a gurney, leaving me alone in the sterile waiting room, clutching his leash like it was a lifeline. Those were the 2 most agonizing hours of my life. I paced, I prayed, I replayed the accident in my head 1,000 times. Just as I felt myself starting to unravel completely, the doors swung open again. It was her, Dr. Quinn. She was still in her scrubs, her hair a little messy now, with a small smudge of something on her cheek. She looked exhausted, but she was smiling. "He's stable now," she said, and that small smile was like the sun breaking through the clouds. "You got him here just in time." The relief that washed over me was so overwhelming that I just burst into tears right there in the middle of the waiting room. I couldn't stop them. She didn't flinch or look awkward. She just came closer and gently placed a hand on my shoulder. "He's going to be okay," she whispered, and again, with every fiber of my being, I believed her. From that moment on, I couldn't get her out of my head. In the days that followed, I tried to convince myself it was just gratitude. Of course, I was grateful she'd saved my best friend, but it was more than that. Every time I had to bring Milo in for a checkup, I found myself spending a little too much time picking out an outfit. I'd rehearse small talk in my car, trying to think of something witty or charming to say Dr. Lara was effortlessly magnetic. She had this soft laugh that made you want to hear it again. I noticed she had a habit of pushing her glasses up the bridge of her nose when she was deep in thought, and the way she greeted Milo, it melted my heart every single time. "Hey, big guy." She'd coo, scratching him right behind the ears in his favorite spot. Then she'd look up at me, her eyes twinkling, and ask, "And how's his mom holding up?" That one simple question, "How's his mom?" made my stomach do a complete backflip. Every single time. It felt like she saw me, not just as a dog owner, but as a person. The day of Milo's final follow-up appointment arrived. He was given a clean bill of health, and a part of me was sad knowing my built-in excuse to see her was gone. As I was leaving, she walked me out to the parking lot. The sun was dipping low, casting this beautiful golden glow over everything. She leaned against the doorframe, looking almost shy. "You know," she began, "I'll miss seeing you too around here." My heart started racing. "Guess I'll have to find excuses to bring him by," I joked, trying to sound casual. She grinned, a real, full grin this time. "Or," she said, her voice dropping a little, "we could see each other without medical emergencies involved." I think I actually stopped breathing for a second. I just stared at her. "Are you asking me out?" My voice came out as a squeak. Her smirk softened into a gentle smile. "Only if you say yes." I did. I said yes so fast I think it might have broken a land speed record. Our first date was at a small, quirky vegan cafe she loved. I was a nervous wreck, But the conversation flowed it felt like we'd known each other for years, not just a few weeks. We talked about her passion for animals, my work as a writer, and the funny, awkward fact that neither of us had seriously dated women before. There was just this incredible ease between us. At one point, she reached across the table and gently brushed a crumb from the corner of my lip. My breath hitched. "You're nervous?" she teased, her eyes soft. "Terrified," I admitted, and she let out that warm, grounding laugh. "Me too," she confessed. Weeks turned into months, and our lives started to blend together. She'd come over to my place after long shifts at the clinic, smelling faintly of antiseptic and lavender hand soap. Milo, of course, was completely smitten with her. He'd follow her around, and whenever we sat on the couch, he'd insist on resting his big, furry head in her lap. Sometimes I'd just watch them together, her fingers scratching behind his ears, and I'd think, she saved him. And somehow, she's saving me too. She was slowly piecing my heart back together without even trying. One night, a huge thunderstorm rolled in and knocked out the power. We lit a bunch of candles, and the whole living room was flickering with this soft, intimate light. We were just sitting on the floor, talking. She looked at me, she really looked at me and whispered, "You know, I think I fell for you the day you walked into that clinic." I couldn't help but smile, really, while I was a crying, panicking mess. "Yeah," she said, her fingers tracing little circles on the back of my hand. "Because even through all the panic, I saw how much love you had in you. I saw it in the way you looked at your dog, the way you were desperate to save him. I wanted to be a part of that. And that was it." I leaned in and kissed her. It was slow and hesitant at first, but so incredibly real. It felt like coming home after being lost for a very long time. Now, every time I'm at the park and I see Milo running around, healthy and happy, chasing after his favorite ball, I think about how fate works in the strangest, most wonderful ways. I walked into that clinic that day completely broken, just trying to save my dog. I walked out having found the person who would end up healing my heart. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel. It means the world to me. See you next time.